The NetSuite Wholesale Distribution solution is built using expertise from implementing over 3,000 distribution customers. In today's demonstration, you will see how you can use the NetSuite Procurement solution for wholesale distributors in order to reduce inventory costs, to lower obsolete inventory carrying costs, to improve fulfillment rates and reduce the amount of back orders, leading to improved customer satisfaction, and to more effectively manage planning cycle times. Many wholesale distribution companies that have grown over time have added systems piece by piece or through acquisitions and mergers. They are faced with the challenge of integrating information that exists in disparate systems and is difficult to reconcile or to get visibility into. Inefficient business processes due to that lack of integration often contribute to error-prone data, time inefficiencies, as well as an inability to measure vendor performance. Furthermore, incomplete information or difficulty managing information from disparate systems contributes to a lack of real-time visibility into stock levels, hampering decision-making and planning. Little to no insight into profitability, as well as into inventory shortages, often resulting in a manual reordering process. The NetSuite solution for wholesale distributors is a single cloud-based system that facilitates easy management of item master records. It includes end-to-end processes that link purchasing, inventory management, and accounts payable functions into a seamless, streamlined flow of information for efficient and error-proof transactions every time. You can conduct more efficient business operations by leveraging the built-in inventory planning and reordering tools to ensure that you have the products your customers want to meet their demand. A complete transaction history that is recorded for all of your items, automated monitoring and reporting of inventory profitability, as well as turns, so that you know which products you need to focus on and which products are driving the most revenue for the business. Vendor scoring reports that you can use to drive performance across all of your vendors, as well as proactive reminders of stock levels to help ensure that you never have stock outs. NetSuite is the first true cloud-based solution built from the ground up. With the NetSuite solution, users can get access from anywhere, including mobile devices. Because NetSuite uses role-based access and permissions, your assigned role will determine both what you are allowed to see and edit in the system, as well as organize the information that you need to see in your personal dashboard. This means you can most efficiently see the important information that you need to do your job quickly and decisively on a day-to-day basis. You are the supply chain manager at Alpha Distribution. We are looking at the dashboard of a supply chain manager. What my dashboard is giving me is one view of the entire business in real time, based on my particular role in the company. All of the numbers that you are seeing here are entirely drillable, so we can quickly and easily get to the root causes behind the grand totals that you are seeing. A few features to note on the dashboard include the Reminders portlet. The Reminders portlet is giving you real-time alerts based on your position in the company in order to help each user stay on top of the tasks that they need to complete in the most efficient manner as possible. Your dashboard will also give you snapshots into key reports throughout the system. For example, here we're taking a look at a snapshot for an inventory report around inventory value, inventory turnover, as well as days inventory on hand. Each time we log into our dashboard, we will have this real-time view of the reports that are most important to us. You'll have key performance indicators available to you so that you can quickly and easily track core business metrics and their trends over time. For example, you can see that inventory is trending upward at 75.9% here, while the value of late purchase orders is trending downward at 94.2%. You'll have several tabs across the top of your screen that are grouping different areas of information together. So for example, under the Shipping tab, we'll actually get a complete shipping dashboard. So we're piecing all of this information together to give me one view of the shipping aspect of the business so that I can, as the supply chain manager, go in and complete any tasks that I may have around shipping. For example, orders to fulfill or orders to ship. I'll have the same type of access from the Receiving tab. Again, grouping information together based on my specific role in the company. So now we're getting a dashboard entirely around the receiving aspect of the business, in which I can go in and complete my duties directly from this screen. We'll also have access to this SuiteView tab. The SuiteView tab gives key insights into each role. So here, I'm getting insight into my inventory positions, my shipment performance, and even my procurement status. Back on our home dashboard, let's go ahead and start to access some of the tools that we can utilize. For example, this inventory status report. What we'll get from the inventory status report is a clear look at all of our inventory throughout the system. From our inventory status report, let's take a look at one item as an example, this Google Android phone. Here you can see that you have visibility into what is on hand, on order, as well as committed for this item across all of your multiple locations. So in Boston, we can see that we have 205 of the Android phone on hand, while in San Francisco, we have 94 on hand. We can drill straight into the master item record from this report. We often refer to the master item record as the Item 360. What you'll get from the Item 360 is all of the information needed to manage this item all in one place. So let's take a look. Under this Item 360 tab, for example, you have visibility into key information and performance. So for example, we can see our item sales as well as our margin from this sub-tab. We can also take a look at our historical item sales. We have access to our projected demand directly from the item master. So here we can see exactly what NetSuite is telling us we must have on the shelves in order to meet our customer demand, as well as the projected sales that those items should have on our company. We have access to three-way match information, so we can very quickly and easily see where there have been price or quantity variances on different purchases against this item. Finally, from this Items on Order tab, we can see exactly what purchase orders are out there for this item that we are expecting to receive, as well as their expected receipt dates. From the Pricing tab, we can start to explore the NetSuite pricing model. NetSuite supports a base price plus or minus any discount that you see fit for a customer. So for example, if one of your best customers deserves a 10% discount each time they make a purchase, you can set that 10% discount level directly from the customer record. And each time we place a sales order for that customer, that 10% discount level will be brought in. From an inventory perspective, we can take a look at vendor bill matching. The three-way match tolerance levels can be set both for items and vendors. That allows me to configure NetSuite to allow for some small differences in price or quantity, but then to be notified and take action on orders outside of those tolerances that we have set. Again, directly from the item record, we will get multi-location inventory visibility. We can see exactly what is on hand for all of our warehouse locations. And scrolling to the right, I can even see what is committed for those particular items. I can even take a look if there are any back orders for the item at hand. At this point, we can also take a look at reorder points for sourcing our products into the warehouse. So for example, in Boston, we only have 205 of the Google Android phone on hand. However, our reorder point is set at 250 with a preferred stock level of 300. So the system should be telling us that it is time to reorder this item. Let's take a look. Directly from my home dashboard, I'll be receiving that alert about items to order in my supply chain manager role. NetSuite is notifying me that I have a number of items that need to be reordered, either because I'm below my reorder point or because I need to produce purchase orders to accommodate my demand and supply forecast that we have established. For today's purposes, let's filter to the vendor that we've been working with for the Android phone, which is of course Google. You'll see here that there are 2 items coming from our vendor Google that are ready to be reordered: the Google Android phone and the Chromebook. Let's tell the system that we're ready to order those items. And what you'll notice is that NetSuite consolidates those 2 items into one purchase order because they are for the same vendor, who is, of course, Google. And there are the 2 line items for the Chromebook, as well as for the Android phone. So we have now seen how NetSuite's wholesale distribution solution can provide the information you need to effectively manage inventory. Let's take a look at the procurement process flow before we go ahead and actually receive this order into our inventory. From my home dashboard, I have a link to the wholesale distribution procurement process. Shown here is a diagram illustrating the procurement process in NetSuite and the different user roles that are impacted by that process. So far, we've reviewed our inventory positions and we've placed a purchase order. Next in the process is to receive that purchased product into our warehouse, and we will go ahead and receive the order that we placed now. One more time from my home dashboard, I'm getting a real-time reminder about orders that I have to receive. Here are all the orders out there in the system ready to be received into inventory. Let's filter to the vendor we're working with today. And at the bottom of the screen, you'll see purchase order number 1382 that we just placed for Google. Let's receive this order. But let's say that in this particular example, we didn't receive all of the items that were in our purchase order. Let's say we only received 50 out of the 100 Android phones that we were expecting. When we save this item receipt, the system will understand that this purchase order has only been partially received, and it will still show up as an order that is waiting to be received and completed. Back from my Receive Orders screen, let's access that purchase order number 1382 one more time. And you'll now notice the system understands we only have 50 left to receive out of that entire order. So the Chromebooks have been entirely received, and we have to complete the order upon receipt for the Android phones. As we go back into the purchase order that we just created, we'll see that it has been fully received and is now pending billing. Our duties as the supply chain manager on this purchase order have now been completed. Our accounting team will be notified that we have received this PO and are now expecting a vendor bill and can go ahead and complete this process for us. As we have seen in today's demonstration, you can use the NetSuite solution for wholesale distributors in order to reduce your inventory costs, lower your obsolete inventory carrying costs, improve fulfillment rates, reduce the amount of back orders, and to more effectively help to manage planning cycle times.